it's Jess, and I'm here to spend my day indoors talking about Big Brother 27, Week 7, episodes 22 through 24. Now, I know you're looking at this, and you're looking at the date. You're like, girl, how are you late again? I know. I call that, I like to call it the classic combo of ADHD, and I actually had shit to do this weekend. I'm sorry. I went outside. I know. Defeats the whole point. I'm sorry. I went to the Ren Fair. Take me away, officer. I had fun. But yeah, I touched grass this weekend and then I got behind and then I'm like, oh boy. But we're here. We're doing it. We're finally doing it. I'm not letting the ADHD defeat me today. Now, breaking the wall a little bit. Again, the date. Right now it's September 5th, 10:23 p.m. Eastern. If you're living this moment, you know what it is. The feeds have been off for 30 hours. And they're due back on in an hour and 40-something minutes. 30-something minutes. So, this video, I'm going to try to speed it along a little bit. Because I'm stressed. We at this point, everybody should know. Spoiler alert, if you're watching this and you're a casual. Unless you watched Unlocked, then who the fuck knows. Somebody went home on the feeds, and we don't know who it is, and it's gonna come back, and we're gonna find out. So, we're gonna get her rolling. So, we're gonna start week 7 today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna upload week 8, and then we'll be caught it up. Next week episodes are on Tuesday, no Sunday episodes, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so that nice and concise there. I'll probably wrap her back around for next Saturday. But I will try to be, we'll try to keep it consistent. My apologies. That's on me. Okay. But yeah, let's reel it back. We're starting week 9 right now. Bring her back all the way back to the end of a good night. Almost. It's week 6, but we're not starting off with the house. Whoa. You tune into Sunday's episode, you're like, wait a minute. Where's my show? Because you've been duped. You didn't pay attention last time. We had this blank slate because we started off with a half hour of BB Unlocked. They mashed it together with the Sunday episode. It's only 90 minutes. I mean half hour of BB, you know what I mean? There wasn't a lot. There's not really, like, it's Unlocked. You know, they have some stuff. It's not like, oh my god, you had to check out Unlocked. Boston Rob was there. I don't know if he's actually watching Big Brother. He might. I guess he is. He must be. He's on there. Who knows? But we do have some interesting things. They're bringing back more of the home visits. Love. We got to see Will's family. Love them. They're great. I love that they keep putting the kids in the confessionals. It's so funny. But yeah, we got Will's family home visit. Love his wife. She's great. She's a star. Will's hilarious. I cannot believe. He's like, okay, we're gonna definitely, yeah, me and you went. We're gonna watch the grandkids this summer. He's like, anyways, I'm gonna go on Big Brother. Bye. I'm like, period. So that was fun. I love the home visits. They should do them. Honestly, Unlocked is fine. Unless people don't like Unlocked. It's okay. There are definitely some tweaks. I get it. It's their first time. Home visits should be a lock for Unlocked. Love, fun. So definitely a big fan of the home visit with Will's family. I almost said Gwen's family. Bring Gwen for BB28. She seems like a star. Put her on. And now, something that was on here that, well, I can't say it pissed me off. Production pissed me off because they lied to us. So at the end of the last episode, they said, tune in to Unlocked because we're going to have a special announcement from a BB legend. Now I'm thinking something crazy. I'm thinking winter season, all winners, especially because people are a lot of winners are talking online, like June's song, Taylor. They were like, I would come back for a winter season. So I'm like, oh shit, could it be? So not exactly. We got everybody's favorite segment, wine or wine, with Nicole Frenzel. Or as she tweaked it this time, it's wine or wine. Oh, I'm like, okay, Frenzel, they brought it back. Wow. But the actual secret announcement was that she's pregnant. Good for her. Good for her. Good for her and Victor. Did we really need to hype it up? Because they just really, but actually have to do this thing where they just are determined to piss people off by just setting their expectations really high for something, and then it's like nothing. If we're looking September 5th, you're looking at you know what I'm talking about. They have to be like, check out this big thing is coming. We're gonna tease this thing. Look out for this special thing, and then it's like nothing. It's like, hope you're hungry for nothing. So I'm like, I'm like, good for her, good for Nicole and Victor, but I feel like they were setting them up by teasing it as like a big announcement. I'm like, you're just setting yourselves up for failure. People are gonna be like, that was it. Even I was like, that was it. Like, damn, you couldn't be happy for them because I was like, damn, I thought it was something crazy. But still good for them. Congratulations. But yeah, it was a shorter Unlocked. There wasn't a ton. We did get a segment of Jerry O'Connell back just to drag Derek, which I'm always here for. I'm always seated for that. Because Derek's hot list was trash last time. He said he had, what was it? I'm looking at it again. Zach number 1. Then Vincent Morgan. Zach who Marcellus himself. To be fair, I also thought Zach was going to be here for a hot minute, and then he did that. So, I guess it's not like totally to blame, but come on, girl. I'm glad he got dragged. I think this was just like the dragging Derek segment, because even Taylor was taking shots. She was like, don't associate me with him just because I agreed. I was being polite. And then she said at one point, she's like, I don't like winners who don't face adversity. Adversary, you know what I mean. Conflict, trouble. Put some fight in your game. And she looked at Derek like, I'm like, get his ass. Get his ass. But yeah, not much to say on Unlocked. Though I do like that in Unlocked as well, they're starting to incorporate like behind the scenes stuff. Like we saw the wall comp. The building of the wall comp. That's interesting. That I like to see. I don't need big move, bad move, because it just irritates me, because the takes are not always that good. So I would just rather we get more of like the behind the scenes stuff. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, I liked them showing how the wall comp was built, like what it takes to put it together. They made the intern dude get on the wall. They put Boston Rob on the wall. Crazy. A sentence I never thought I would say. Boston Rob on the wall comp. With Taylor, Hale, and Derek. But at least we got that. And then, so we get a little half hour, and then they're like, alright guys, bon voyage, let's actually start the episode. Which, by the way, I think was very funny. They had a little, like, countdown to the episode. 28, like it was New Year's Eve. Countdown to New Year's Eve. To the ball drop. This time. They're like, alright, and we know you came in, you're like, what the hell? And then people tuned in, they were like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, y'all didn't listen. They said Unlocked was going to be at the beginning. But yeah, if you were surprised and you don't pay attention to the episodes, they were like, we got you. Give it another half hour. So when we actually get back into the episode, we are coming fresh in off my personal favorite eviction of Big Brother. Bon Voyage Riley's out. Now, you would have thought they all just watched Rylie get shot to death. Like, they just watched Rylie get put down. These people are hysterical. Like, a lot of them. Catherine is like, you can't even touch her. She's like a mess. Lauren's upset. Kelly's upset. Keanu's upset. Ava's upset. Ava was like having a panic. They cut to her like during the vote. After she voted, she was like having a full panic attack. She like almost knocked her. She's like, get off of me. She's like, I fucking hate all of you. She's crying, hysterical. Get away from me. But we came back like during the eviction, like after the vote, like Rachel was giving her water, like these people are a mess, and it's Rylie. Mickey is crying. Mickey is crying to Morgan. Like I forget what she said. I wrote it down. What she said to Morgan, that I was like, why are you saying this to, of all people, Morgan? Hold on. It was so out of pocket. It was crazy. Oh yeah. Was it? Wait, did she say this to Morgan? No, I think she was this to Ashley at first. That she's like, oh, I just sent someone home that would have never put me on the block for somebody that, like, is definitely gonna put me up or has already put me up. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? Rylie doesn't give a shit about you. I think she was crying to Morgan. I think she said that to Ashley then. I'm sorry. It's been a hot minute. Forgive me. But yeah, I was like, Mickey, what are we doing? Like, it's Rylie. Like, what voodoo curse did this man put on these people? He wasn't that good. He literally, like Keanu was like, he was my best friend. I'm like, he didn't like your ass? What the hell are you talking about? He didn't like you. No matter what his exit press says, which, by the way, all of his exit press was conveniently canceled. And then they gave him like some PR nonsense one like a week later that was crap, garbage. Doesn't even count. Ridiculous. Unbelievable. But anyways, these people are hysterical about Rylie. And I'm happy as a clam. I'm cheesing. I'm like, oh well. We'll survive. But yeah, these people, not happy. And we do get some shenanigans afoot once people are starting to calm down and be normal. Obviously, before our HOH competition. Obviously, Catherine is guns a-blazing for the other side of the house now. She's like, I know 5 people I want to put up. And I want these people out of this house. So she's starting to plant some seeds. She's sitting in the wine room with Lauren and Keanu. And she tells Keanu, if Rachel makes it to the end, I'm just going to vote for her to win. Because, I mean, if she makes it there, after all of this, she deserves it. And Lauren's like, yeah. And Keanu's little brain starts turning. And he said, what? Wait a minute. Are people going to vote for Rachel in Final 2? Can I win against Rachel in Final 2? Keanu, I don't know who you could win against in Final 2, but obviously I'm not in the house to tell him that. So he's got to work through this on his own. So he's realizing, oh, maybe I don't want to work with Rachel and keep her here. Because I don't know if I can win against her. I don't know who maybe he can beat Kelly. Other than that, I don't think, looking at this board, truly who is he beating? Kelly is my hot take. Just Kelly. Not even a hot take. Normal take. But Keanu's brains are the turn. And now he's like, uh-oh. His frenemy, I think he's starting to pull back to enemy. Of course. Doing all this, we lead right into our HOH competition, which is the one and the only. It's the wall comp, baby. Now, CBS hates us. Usually, they start, if on a normal season, they start the wall comp at the end of the episode live. We end the episode with people on the wall, hanging. Sometimes people fall before the credits even finish rolling. But we get to see them start. And then the feeds turn on within like a couple minutes of the episode ending. Last year, and now this year, because we have our AI Arena blockbuster twist, there's no time for that. So, they decide we're going to turn the feeds on and do the wall comp later. Last BB26, the feeds turned on for the wall comp at midnight. So I get my ass up at midnight, even though I have to be up very early for work. And I'm like, okay, wall comp. 12:30. I hate why couldn't you just tell us what time? I would have got my ass up for 12:30. And usually, the wall in recent years has been very quick because they changed the handholds to those shitty little or practically like rock climber little grips that have like no the shitty grips. I call them shit grips. They're awful. This year, because I'm not explaining the wall comp to you. If you don't know what the wall comp is, why are you here? It's the wall. You hang on the wall, last one on the wall wins. Done. The wall this year is the Mystere Express. It's a train, and they have Rachel in her train conductor outfit talking about a murderous scoundrel doing her best the trainer's audition. But this year, they actually changed the handholds, which you can tell actually was good because the wall was longer than 30 minutes this year. Great for entertainment, not good for me who wanted to sleep for work. But it actually was more than 30 minutes. Last year I think was 32 minutes. Ridiculous. But this year, spoiler alert, went much longer. Our new grips on the train, because the house guests are standing along the wall and their slots are the train windows that are boarded up. So they have 3 boards to hold on to. They have a lower board that's pretty much across like behind like their hip area. Or it depends on how tall you are. But that they can hold on to from below. Like a typical wall comp has the lower handholds. They also have now 2 holds behind them. A board here, where they can hold on to like this, and then a board up higher on their head that they can hold like this. Pretty good. I'm like, oh, look at that. We actually are starting to learn from our past mistakes. They're like, oh, if we let them hold on, the wall won't be 20 minutes? Oh, okay. But yeah, I will say, this episode, the way they edited the wall was crazy. They just flew through it. They're like, this person dropped, this person dropped, this person dropped, this person dropped. Bye. Alright, who? The wall? I wrote down all the times, because again, memory. It was 1 hour and 20 minutes. That's almost a full hour longer than last year's, and they flew through it on the edit, and I'm like, crazy. Why it's the wall, and like it's like okay, it's over. But yeah, the wall, they did really well this year, I will say. The people on the wall pretty well. The first people didn't drop for a full half hour. They would have won last year's wall. They would have beat pretty much on par with Tucker and Quinn. Crazy. But yeah. I guess I will speed through it a la editors. The first people in the fall, after the full, pretty much half hour. Oh, also, the first 3 people to fall were have-nots. Pretty much at the same time. Like, actually, not even pretty much. Literally at the same time. They both dropped, like, identical. It was crazy, side by side. Will and Ashley. Oh boy. I'm like, okay. I'm like, alright. I'm nervous for Rachel. She just blew up some shit. She just blindsided a lot of people. So I'm like, two of Rachel's allies out. Okay. Nervy, but we're good. Now Morgan. All season long, at probably like every day, we'll talk about, oh, I can't wait for the wall comp. I can't. The wall comp is my comp. She said, it's not even saying if, she was saying, like, when I win the wall comp. When. Like, she was confident all the way. Morgan is the third out. Morgan falls pretty hard. Like, she, like, tumbles off that wall. Morgan was also doing the lower handholds, so people do this with the lower handholds. They lean. Once you start to lean forward, once you do the, like, you're holding and you're like this. Once you're doing that, you're done. I saw her start doing that. I'm like, uh-oh. And sure enough, there she went. We're like, Morgan, this was your comp. We were all rooting for you. We were like, come on, Morgan. You please. You're supposed to win this. We need you to keep Rachel safe. We're all so biased. I'm so sorry. I'm biased. I don't care. But yeah, Morgan is out. 33 minutes and 45 seconds of her time. She's pretty upset. She's not happy because she was like, this was my comp. This was the comp. And I'm like, yeah, girl. Quinn did the same thing. Well, at least Quinn was second place. Though actually, I think she lasted about the same period of time as Quinn, technically, because, yeah, it's 32. She actually might have lasted like a minute longer. I don't remember the exact times of 26, but anyways. Then we get, so those are 3 have-nots, but also as well, Ashley, Will, and Morgan, not Mickey, excuse me. Then we get a good length of time of no falls for a while. Then we get Mickey. Mickey is the next one out with almost 50 minutes on the wall. Pretty good. Followed by about 3 minutes later, Ava. Now, I thought Ava wasn't going to make it. Ava made it almost an hour, which I think also helps. One, with the new handhold setup, definitely more beneficial, but also because Ava is so short, she has a better, like, the lower board for some people was like kind of low. For her, it was definitely more of like the middle of her body, so she definitely had more of her body weight like supported, I guess is the best word. I don't know, I'm not a grip strength girly. I watch reality TV, I don't know, but you know, like, she could hold herself better because she wasn't, it's not like the thing was that, like, her very, like, butt, and she had all of this torso to hold up. It was, like, the middle of her body, so it was, like, perfectly, you know, the leverage. So she was doing really good. But obviously, it's the wall. They're getting sprayed with shit, slime, rain. They have the smoke machines coming up behind them to jump scare them. Rachel's talking about a murderous scandal. Loch Ness, they're going by. They have some... They always want to explain the goo. They don't need to. Just goo them. We don't need to know they ran over a flock of flamingos. The Loch Ness monster sneezing on them. Just hit them with the goo. Nobody gives a shit. Just get them. We're good. But yeah. After that, our final 5 is Kelly, Keanu, Lauren, Kat, and Vince. And at this point, I'm sick to my stomach. I'm like, this couldn't be going any worse. For me personally, as someone who needs Rachel Rylie to be safe at all costs in this game, all of her ops are on the wall. And then Vince, who is like her most unreliable ally in the judges. I'm sweating at this point. Now Kelly. Kelly is being Kelly. Kelly just can't stay put. Kelly has to do some kind of nonsense, as always. So she's stretching. She is, when I tell you, like, if this is the wall, she is literally like this. Like, she is like a her back is practically inverted. And she's like, I'm stretching. Her toes are barely on the floor. I'm like, she's gonna fall. She goes back normal. I'm like, okay. Now she's got Keanu doing it. And I'm like, Keanu, don't do that. You are not built like Kelly. Kelly does it again. Can you believe it? She also falls. I'm like, Kelly, girl. You should have just stayed there. Because she seemed like, okay, she seems like she was like struggling. But she fucked around and found out. So next, and Kelly fell at 53 minutes. I forgot to mention the times as well. 53 minutes for Kelly. Was it? I lied. 59. I can't read my own handwriting. 59 minutes, pretty much. Keanu is out next shortly after that with an hour and 3 minutes on the wall. And then our final three, Lauren, Catherine, and Vince. I'm sweating. And who else is sweating? Vince. Vince is like, I pissed all these people off. I just blindsided all of them. I cannot go home. I have to win this. So he is locked in. And they didn't show this in the episode. They should have. It was a really good save from Lauren. At one point on the wall, the wall is tilting forward. Both of her feet slip off the wall. I'm watching this, like, she's just dangling. Just hanging there. Until the wall goes back up and she gets her feet back on the platform. I'm like, that's crazy. Could not have been. I could have never done that shit. Very impressive save, honestly, from Lauren. Unfortunately for Lauren, the wall does immediately tip forward again. Her feet slip off again, and this time she does fall. So Lauren's out. But she made it in over an hour as well. Like an hour and 5, hour 6. Like hour 5, hour 6. Around that time. And then it's just a showdown between Catherine versus Vince. The backstabber and the woman scorned. And Vince is trying to make deals with her. Catherine could not give a shit. Catherine's like, don't care, didn't ask. No thank you, I'm not making a deal with you. Should she have made a deal? Yes, because, listen, she was definitely did not look as stable as Vince. Vince seemed very stable on the wall, Catherine did not. So, I would have made a deal for her. Listen, just because you make a deal doesn't mean you have to honor it. Lie. Though I guess it's because you're doing it in front of the whole house. I don't know. Like, they're not gonna, like, kill you because you didn't keep your deal. Because he probably wouldn't have kept the deal if it was the other way around and Catherine was like, Vince, let's make a deal. I bet Vince wouldn't have kept that damn deal. But we'll never know, because Catherine was like, no, thank you, no deal. Deal or no deal? No deal. Open the suitcase. What was it? Yep, they opened the suitcase on the Deal or No Deal Mystery Express, and what was it? Who was it? Because it was a Catherine fall from the wall at an hour and 14 minutes, and the grand prize from the dealer was a HOH from Vince. I don't know, I'm so sorry. But Vince is HOH again, claiming it back from week 1, running it back. Now this was interesting. I get why he wanted to win. Because obviously, looking at the people who were left on the wall, not a good lineup. He was also still nervous about the judges. He felt that he's he's like, Rachel did just put me on the block, and she's Rachel Rylie. So, he wasn't sold on the judges. But he also knows he just pissed off the other side of the house as well. So he's like, I have to win to be safe. Now, Vince's problem this week, definitely his week-long problem is that he is still trying to play the middle, and you just can't do that. If you're the HOH, I'm sorry, you can't play the middle. That only works if you don't have power. Unless you're like winning a veto to save yourself. you're gonna have to, there's lines in the sand that are clearly drawn at this point. There's a couple people in the middle, but you can't do this anymore. I get why he won, because he definitely would have gone up if any of the four. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Keanu and Kelly are so crazy. Who the hell knows? Lauren, maybe not. But him versus Catherine, absolutely. Absolutely would she have put him on the block. Would he have gone home, depending on who she put him next to? Because she definitely would have put Rachel up as well. Who her third nominee out of that other batch of people was, I don't know. Could have been Mickey. Could have been, I don't know if it would have been Will or Ashley. Probably more so Mickey. But his odds depended on who was next to him. But I get, obviously you don't want to go on the block and go home. I don't know. If he had just won the HOH and was like, okay, I'm deciding I'm going with trying to get back with the Rylie, Kelly, not Rylie, you know what I mean? I guess kind of Rylie, you know what I mean? The Keanu, Kelly, Lauren side of things, or screw them, I'm gonna win this and stick with the judges. But that would be too common sense. But yeah, once Vince wins, Rachel's definitely nervous. She knows that they have the judges, but obviously Rachel is a smart person and knows Vince is not the most loyal ally. And she knows that he is looking at her. Like, she's not dumb. She's Rich Rylie. But fucking Mickey, who should be nervous if she had any kind of rationale and awareness in this game, should realize that she is probably a target as well. But of course it's Mickey, and she lives in a world of delusion. So she still believes in the melting pot alliance. Girl. Oh girl. The melting pot. Move on. Because, listen, you are not in that trio is gone, because those two are coming for you. And that's what Vince is pretty much going at this week. His target is Mickey. He is like considering taking a shot at Rachel, but obviously she's Rachel Rylie. If you're going to take a shot at Rachel Rylie, you cannot miss that shot. Absolutely not. Because she will come back with a vengeance. And I'm personally, outside, I'm not even in the game, and I wouldn't want to do that. So, and Vince the chicken? Hell no. So he's like, I'm gonna do Mickey. I don't know. You know Vince and his fucking routine, his little guy shtick. I don't know. I don't want to piss her off. You know who does? Who's crazy and doesn't give a shit about pissing Rachel off? Good old Keanu. So Keanu is just like, why don't we put up Rachel? Just put her up. What? Literally, like, the meme was like, why don't we just call Taylor up? He's like, what if we just put Rachel on the block? You think Vince is doing? Vince plays scared. He plays so scared. Would the logical thing this week have been to put Rachel up? Absolutely. She's Rachel Rylie. He's looking at Mickey, which is, I guess, for playing the middle. That's, if you're, see, this is like the issue, because he's trying to play the middle. So Mickey is like a fine target for the middle, because obviously nobody's really on her side. They all kind of want her out. The problem is, you're not just making 2 numbers, you have to make 3. And there's multiple chances for your target to save herself. And that's going to be your problem. Because the lines, like I said, are drawn. And Vince does not want to pick a side. And, like, so Vince is trying to think through his noms. And he is getting a lot of opinions. Morgan is definitely pushing for Mickey as well. Keanu obviously pushing for Rachel. Lauren and Catherine are pushing for both Mickey and Rachel. Catherine, I think Lauren still kind of trusts Vince. Probably obviously not as much as she used to. But Catherine is definitely like, I don't trust this man, but I have to, I guess, because he's the HOH. So I guess I'll be like, yeah, sure, Vince, whatever. So, yeah, he's definitely getting pushback on, well, not pushback, opinions, I guess is the word to say, all of his noms. Rachel, smart Rachel. Rachel knows he's coming. She's like, listen, I can tell this man wants me up. Will he do it is the question. If he wasn't an idiot, maybe he would have. But of course, he's Vince. I think sometimes the beanie that is glued to his head just like saps the brain cells out of this man's body. And maybe they also comes out through all the tears he cries. Because he is fighting common sense. And he just cannot pick a side. He just cannot stick to a side. It's like literally just pick one. Just pick one! There is a correct answer. Because one side is crazy. Well, I guess there's no real right answer for Vince because he's just not a good. I don't know. It's just Vince. I don't even know anymore. He's crazy. So, yeah. Now Vince does talk to some of his noms before he makes nominations. Obviously, the noms he's strongly considering. He gives a good talk. Not a good talk. He talks to Mickey. He pretty much tells her, I'm putting you up. He says she has a good social game, that she had influence to get out Zach during Ava's HOH. Mickey's like, what? No. Yeah, you did, because Ava was going to put up Ashley, and you convinced her to put up Zach. But obviously, she's not going to tell it to Vince. She's not happy. She's like, what the hell? What happened to the melting pot? Girl, that shit sailed a long time ago. But she still believes. And I'm like, okay, Mickey, okay. Vince also talks to Kelly. Now, I think he really went into this thinking that Kelly was going to volunteer again. And in fact, Kelly was not happy because Vince is like, I'm probably going to put you up. And Kelly's like, oh. Kelly's pissed. Kelly's irritated. Kelly's like, I feel so defeated in this house. You've made me feel like the lowest I've ever felt in this house. And Vince's like, no, Kelly, no. Oh, Kelly. Oh, Kelly. He's doing a shtick. He's Vince. Oh, speaking of shticks, Mickey was trying to do the Vince routine of crying. Like, and Vince is like, listen, you think I'm stupid? This is my routine. You can't fool me with the fake tears, the crocodile tears, and I know what you're doing, and I'm not stupid. But Kelly, at least Kelly doesn't cry. Kelly's like, what the hell? Because Vince is like, you could win the comps. You got this. I take it. I mean, you know what? At this point, this is what Kelly gets. Honestly, this is what you get for thinking it's so cute and so funny and so good for your resume to keep volunteering for the block. Because once you touch that block, the more you touch it, the more and more comfortable people are going to get with putting you up there. Like, they're like, yeah, Kelly's been up there. This is the 5th time on the block with me. They're like, yeah, Kelly goes on the block. That's Kelly's thing. She goes up. She takes herself down probably most of the time. Don't ever, literally never ever do this. This should be like a reason why you don't do this. They always have a pawn star every year. A block star who sits there every year. Block out the week of the week. The perpetual pawn. When people say, hey, could you go on the block for me? Or even if you get the little idea in the back of your head, should I volunteer for the block? No. Don't do it. They will keep putting you up because they're like, she's already been up there before, so it's not going to be like a big shock and horror moment for her. And she volunteered, so she's like cool with it. She's chill with it. She did it once, she could do it 5 more times. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. So she's upset that she's going up again, but she only has herself to blame at the end of the day. If she had just stopped volunteering, put up some kind of fight like, don't put me up, do not put me up, I'm gonna be pissed if you put me up, maybe she wouldn't be up on the block. But that's just me. Someone who watches Big Brother. What do I know? But yeah. They also have Vince also has to be talked down several times by his allies to not put up Rachel, because he's still like, should I put up Rachel? Mind you, he just made an alliance. The judges are barely like a couple days old, and Will and work out to be like, hey, maybe let's not blow up our alliance that we just made like 3 days ago. You know, Vince, if he, well, I don't know, I don't even know what's the right move for Vince anymore, because Vince just. If Vince is just trying too hard to appease, ironically enough, the middle row of this picture. Move on. You've pissed them off so many times. You keep voting against them. You keep blindsiding them. They don't trust you for shit. Some of them still trust you because they're out of their minds, but most of them are like, I don't really, either they don't trust you at all, or they are starting to lose a lot of trust in you. Your stock value with them is plummeting. Just cut the ties and move on. Obviously, it's good to get Rachel out of this game, but at this point, the other side isn't that good. I mean, Kelly and Keanu can win comps. Lauren's pretty good at comps as well. Catherine's won in the past as well. But they don't have the most common. So they're not really that. It's not like Rachel's side of the house that's all like best buddies. Like, well, most of them. Keanu, Lauren, Kelly, and Catherine are not like besties for life. They just kind of ended up in this spot. So it's like, yeah, you want to get Rachel Rylie out. She's Rachel Rylie. If you want to win the show, you can't sit with Rachel. But also, Rachel is a very loyal person. If you like prove yourself to her, prove that you're like loyal to her, she'll stay loyal to you. Which is why she keeps going back to Keanu like, I'm trying to be loyal to you. Just give me something. But these people don't know what loyalty would be if it hit him in the face. Especially if we're talking about Vince. But these people are like, being loyal to my allies? What if I just like put them up? So they don't realize the common sense of Rachel, who actually knows how Big Brother works. That she's going to be loyal to people who are loyal to her. Simple as that. So Vince just had to get back on Rachel's good side and start building the trust up with her. But that would be too hard for Vince, you know. But we do get to our noms. Not much of a shocker. It's Mickey, Kelly, and Ava. Now he puts up Ava. She's not shocked. She's like, yeah, I saw that coming. Because, one, everybody knows no one's going to go home really against Ava. She's Ava. No one's like, we have to get Ava out. She's Ava. Kelly is Kelly. He put her up. He's like, yeah, you'll win something, so Mickey will go home. And Kelly's not happy. And Mickey is unhappy. She's like, what happened to the melting pot? Morgan, isn't this your boy? Why is he putting me on the block? Mickey, girl, please open your eyes to the game. Please. But no. Because she's such a good player, people have to target her. A player this good has to be a target eventually, right? my god. But yeah, Vince is targeting Mickey. Ava and Kelly are kind of like pawns and like people to win comps to keep Mickey on the block. And then again, Mickey's not happy. She's like, Vince got no backbone. Morgan, she's mad at Morgan too. She's like, did Morgan get me put on the block? And of course, Morgan did. Morgan didn't want her out. But Mickey don't really know that for sure. But Mickey, truly, she has a crazy line about Vince in there. I wrote it down. Where is it? Okay, yeah. She's talking about Vince. She said, kind of makes sense why it took him 10 years to get here. I don't think he was ever really qualified to begin with. Crazy sentence. She's like, no wonder he took him. And I'm like, Mickey girl. Mickey. What is wrong with these people? They're crazy. They're crazy. I mean, I know she's saying this in the diary room, but like, girl, you have to at least try. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. And then she goes after Morgan in the bathroom, like, wow, Morgan, how did I get on that block? And Morgan's like, what the fuck? Like, she's like, kind of, they're not arguing. They're not so like yelling, fighting, but they're definitely, it's very passive aggressive, I guess is the best word. She's like, wow, Morgan, how did I end up on that block? Pretty crazy. Interesting. How did I get up there? And Morgan's like, well, I'm not the HOH, so don't ask me. And Mickey's like, well, I know you're not HOH. And Morgan's like, what the fuck is happening? There's a crowd forming. It was like Rachel. Was it Rachel? It was like Ashley, Rachel, Will are standing there in the bathroom looking at them like, what the hell is happening? And then when Morgan leaves, Mickey's like, am I crazy? Am I crazy? And they're like, no, you crazy? No. Inside their head, they're all be like, yeah, girl, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're delusional. And you're crazy. But that's just another day with Mickey. Oh, man. Now, once things settle down a little bit, these people are not, I mean, they're dumb, but they're not fully, they're starting to at least gain some common sense. Not my girl Rachel Riley, though. Because she's not stupid. And she knows. Even if Vince did put her up right away, she's like, he could probably put me up as a renom if one of these people comes down. Which, thank you, Rachel Riley, for actually realizing common sense in this house. Thank you. It is so nice. Can you imagine the season without her? It would be so dark-sided. It would be horrendous. No common sense at all. But speaking of no common sense, Keanu is still after everything that's happened so far, he is still trying to work with Vince, and he's still being upset with things that Vince does that it's like, why do you keep trying? Just move on. When has Vince at this point proven to be a loyal ally to you? You don't like his noms. He's blind sending you some people home that you was your best friend. So Keanu's like, oh my god, he should have put up Mickey, Rachel, and Ashley. Why wouldn't he put up Mickey, Rachel, and Ashley? If you can't tell at this point that Vince is trying to play the middle, you're crazy. Vince is so clearly, he is clenching with his life, heart, and soul to stay in that middle, and it's not working. The grip is slipping out of his hands. But Keanu is like, blinders, no clue. And now Vince is also doing he's doing his Vince thing. He's promising too many people that he's going to use the veto on them if he wins. Stop doing that. And also, I realized I mixed up the conversations with Mickey and Vince earlier. He does have a conversation with Mickey and Vince. Oh my god. Mickey and Vince do have a convo where she's fake crying. That was post veto, not pre veto. My apologies. I'm the worst Big Brother fan ever. I don't know shit. What is wrong? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry this is a little not great. I'm very stressed about the week 9 things happening right now. But yeah. Vince. Vince is just, this whole week, okay bro, this whole week is just Vince deciding whether or not he actually wants to stay with the alliance he just formed, while still trying so hard to play this middle. He's promising, I think he promised Mickey that he's like, oh, I would think about using the veto on you because I feel really bad. He's telling Kelly he'd use the veto on her. Kelly's not buying it. Kelly's stupid, but at least she's like, he's not gonna use it on me. Kelly got at least one little crumb of confidence, ping pong around her brain. Good for her. She figures something out this week. Now, this damn Vince. Still. Should I? What about Rachel? Should I make Rachel my renom? I don't know. Should Rachel go up? I don't know. I don't know. Just decide. These people are allergic to decisions, and he's still doing this. The veto hasn't even happened yet, and he's still like, should I make Rachel my renom? You don't even know if there is gonna be one. And Rachel, as already suspicious as it is, if this gets back to her, you're cooked. You're fried, crispy, ready to go. So, shut up. But yeah, we get to our veto draw. Obviously, we have Vince, Mickey, Kelly, and Ava. But oh my god. But Will is drawn, and Keanu is house guest choice by Kelly. Not a shocker. And now Mickey is like, great, Will can use the veto on me if he wins. And Will's like, oh, yeah. Sure. And he's like, Ava, I will never pick Mickey over you. Let it be known. Period. Because Ava may not be the most active player this season, but at least she's not McModius. The Mictator. And then Rachel, and Vince having a conversation. Vince again overpromising veto things. Rachel, I'm gonna keep noms the same. Don't worry, Rachel. These noms aren't changing. Rachel's like, he's full of shit. And now Keanu's in this. Rachel's like, great. Because Keanu would most likely use it on Kelly if he wins this. And she's like, great. If Keanu wins and takes Kelly down, I'm cooked. He's gonna put me up. Oh my god, excuse me. That was... I'm so sorry. Apologies. It's been a day of nonsense. But yeah, we get into our veto competition, and I loved this comp. Oh, they need to bring this back. This was a new comp. It was so good. I loved the theme, the outfits, the actual comp itself. It was really fun. It was actually fun to watch. It is so rare sometimes. Well, not rare, but sometimes these comps you're like, okay, I'll watch somebody do the same puzzle for 20 minutes. Or like repeat, like, so I entered into this area and I wanted to carry the piece around it, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, we don't need the narration. But this time, it was nice. They're in the club, their fancy jazz bar club. Morgan is hosting. Morgan looks great, by the way. Morgan looks stunning. But they all look good. They're all dressed up. They got their fancy outfits on, black and white. They'll have their own little tables they're at. So each round, one by one, random draw, they go into the little private room. 2 glasses of wine. One red, one white. One of them is poison. So the person will secretly pick up the wine, go back out, find another player, and decide, here's a wine glass. And you have to figure out, are they giving me the poison one or are they giving me the real one? And do I want to swap with them? Or should I keep mine? Love. It's equitable. It's not based on who can run the fastest, who can climb this thing, who could throw this thing, who could figure out the. It's all social strategy. How much do you trust this person? Can you read this person? And that's so good. That's so good. And when you drink the poison, it actually, they said it'll foam up. And I'm like, what do you mean it foams up? They were not kidding. It literally, like, they're frothing at the mouth. It just sprays out of their mouths. It's crazy. But it takes 2 poisons to die. And if you get poison once, you get a fun little red hat. But I like red. Can you tell? So, the first person up was Ava. Ava, stunting as always. She doesn't have her hat on. She has a bun. Good for her. Stunning. She accidentally poisons herself. She's like, oh, I forgot that was the poison one. I'm like, girl, what do you mean? So this competition was several rounds because obviously once somebody's been picked, they can't go in. They're not gonna go in. So like Ava picked Keanu, I believe. Maybe I forget who Ava picked honestly, but that person okay, let's just say she picked Vince. Vince now has gotten a wine. He can't go in. So it's just depending. It's only 3 times around, pretty much. Now, this, on the feeds, they had mentioned some shenanigans that happened. Some possible throwings. Some fumblings of this comp. And I'm like, how could you fumble this comp? How did you mess this up? How did they mess this up? 1 full round 2, because round 2. Why did no one pick Mickey? Mickey, the house target. In like a normal season, you would want to pick that person and then get them the hell out of this competition so they don't take themselves down. That's common sense. That's Big Brother. That's how this literal game works. No. Why would we do that? That's BB27. We don't believe in common sense. So a full round of no one targeting this woman. Ridiculous. The people start dropping like flies. They have to lie dead on the floor, dramatically foam at the mouth and die, fall over, and then just lay there the rest of the comp. The people are dropping. So my co-people left. It's Vince's turn in this round. Round 3. He goes in, he gets his wine. Comes out, and he's like, I gotta get Mickey. I believe it was him, Mickey, Keanu, and Kelly left. Or Will. No, Kelly. Keanu. Fucking Keanu. Vince is walking over to Mickey. And Keanu's like, can I have a glass? Trying to draw him over. Vince is like, the fuck is he doing? And he's like, come on, Vince. Probably begging Vince to pick him. And Keanu's in the diary. I'm like, well, obviously Vince is the HOH, so I'm trying to help him out. So nobody knows, like, he wants this person out. Everybody wants Mickey out. What are you talking about? What are we on? She's the house target. Yeah. These people are crazy. What do you mean? He's the HOH. Obviously, he wants her out. He put her up, but I guess that's not always true. So Vince is ignoring his ass. He's like, okay, Keanu. Starts to give the shit to Mickey. And Keanu makes another comment like, wow, I guess he didn't want me to have it. And Vince is like, hello? Fine, Keanu. He's like, Keanu is making such a scene. I guess I'm gonna go to Keanu. You caved? Are you crazy? I hate these people. Why are you caving to Keanu? Just ignore his ass. Yeah, he's irritating because he keeps trying to get you to pick him. Ignore him. He was literally standing at Mickey's table. The wine glasses were already practically on the table. All you had to do was ignore Keanu and just do the round. No. Vince picks up his glasses, walks over to Keanu, and guess what? Keanu gets himself out of the comp. What is wrong with these people? So this goes on for a little sec. Last round was Mickey and Vince because they just let Mickey get this far. And of course, because these people are dumb and don't know how to do a knockout competition correctly, as you could tell by their previous knockout when they were asking for volunteers. They don't know how to do these games. So surprise, surprise, Mickey wins veto. Idiots. I cannot believe they actually found a way to fuck up a knockout. How do you mess up a knockout? It's a knockout. Just knock your target out. It's really not this hard. This is just, again, Vince trying not to piss people off, trying to play the middle. But even people in the were like, what is he doing? Just give it to Mickey. Because that's common sense. Nobody would be like, wow, I can't believe he gave it to Mickey. They all want Mickey out. So that's why I'm so confused by Keanu being like, well, everybody's gonna know he's targeting her. Everybody's targeting her. I wish these people knew how Big Brother worked. I really do. What is wrong with these people? I'm so baffled every day. Oh my god. But yeah. Now, once Mickey wins veto, people are getting a little nervous. And by people, pretty much Catherine and Rachel. Because they know, they're fairly self-aware. They realize they are the renom options. Which is correct. Obviously, Vince, I think, wants to put up Rachel, but he is just scared. Because he knows if it goes wrong, it's not a little blunder. It's gonna blow up in your face. Like, you can't take that shot and not hit. If you swing and a miss, you're cooked. You're cooked. But man, Catherine is also nervous. She's like, Vince is fucking stupid. Vince is spineless. Vince is playing scared. He's easily manipulated. He can definitely be influenced to put me up over like Rachel. And yeah. Now, Vince has the two people right here, two little angel and the devil on his shoulder, whispering in his ear. Put up Rachel. Put up Cat. Put up Rachel. Put up Cat. Blah, blah, blah. Lauren, Morgan. They're in fact doing this in the room together. The three of them, Vince, Morgan, Lauren, are like, maybe you should put up Rachel. Maybe you should put up Catherine. And Morgan's like, I see what Lauren's doing. I'm like, you're doing it to each other. Why are you in the room together pitching noms? Hello? Excuse me. Whatever. It's unfocused. I don't have time to worry about that right now. It's fine. Why are you in the same room? You're not on the same times. The only connecting thing between Lauren and Morgan is Vince. You are pitching each other's allies to go up on the block. Have this conversation maybe not in the same room as the other person. Might be a good idea, honestly. Now, Lauren at least is starting to catch on to Vince's shit because he's crossed her so many times. She can tell he's doing his Vince thing of being scared without openly being. He's not like, oh my, like Lauren is like, I'm scared, I don't know what to do. Vince is like, well, I could put up Rachel, but you should, she's Rachel, and if I put her up, she's gonna be really mad at me, her side will be mad at me, and if I don't get her, he's pretty much coming up with excuses as to why he shouldn't put her up, even though he wants to. He's like, it's like he's psyching himself out. He's gassing, he's like, oh, I want to, but I can't because of the, and Lauren's like, he's coming up with excuses, so he doesn't have to put up Rachel. Even though he wants to. Because Vince only cares about not making people angry. His big brother, people are going to be mad at you. It's how you deal with it that matters. Listen, I think people would get over things and have more respect for your game a little better if you were just straight up. A lot and being like, well, I don't know. Well, I put you up, or I want to put you. Well, it's not like I want to put it, but just be an adult and be real. Like, listen, I respect. Like, he could just sit down with Rachel and just be real with her. And she probably would respect that a little more than the way he goes about things, like in general. Like, he could be like, listen, or just like even like to Lauren in this conversation, for example, he could just be like, listen, do I want to put up Rachel? Yes. But I am nervous about the shot not landing, about us not having the votes to get her out, even if I get her on the block, about her saving herself with this blockbuster, things like that. But he just plays so scared, and he's like, what if she's mad at me? This is Big Brother. It's you're trying to win $750,000. Just play the game. Don't, if you spend all the time and like, what if it makes somebody upset? What if it makes somebody upset? Blah, 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 blah. I get having those fears like week 1, week 2, like very, very early on. This is week 7. Week 7. If it was a normal, non-blockbuster season, we would already be at jury. You just have to accept people are not going to be happy with you and just try to manage that from there. Be like, listen, I understand you're upset. This is my logic, the XYZ. It's not personal. I hope you can understand. Own up to your shit and just try to get people to understand instead of just trying to be so, like, I have to make everybody happy. Nobody can be mad at me. I'm going to crash out if people are mad at me. Just, come on. Just get it together. Please. Because ultimately, I think this is pissing people off more. His wishy-washy, all the way, even on the feeds, so wishy-washy, he changed his mind back and forth. I'm going to put up Catherine. I'm going to put up Rachel. I'm going to put up Catherine. I'm going to put up Rachel. It's to the point that, nobody's happy with Vince anymore because he clearly is not that good of an ally. I'm jumping a little bit ahead, but let me wind it back. Obviously, Rachel is not stupid. Rachel knows that Vince is very strongly considering her to go up on the block. So she talks to Vince literally right before the veto meeting. Now, they cut the conversation to go to the pets during this convo. so we can see the tail end of it, which it was a long convo. I think it was like 20 minutes or something. We didn't see the full thing, but this entire time, like, Keanu was like trying to interrupt and get like the last word in because he's Keanu. And then so we get like this like standoff between like Keanu and Rachel. And Keanu keeps trying to like, talk to Vince, and Rachel's like, I'm not done. Go wait outside. And this whole conversation is definitely Vince being like, well, you know, if well, Rachel, I mean, you're, Rachel, it's Vince. He's Vince. Like, sometimes Vince, I'm like, good grief. Just speak. No more, I'm just a little guy routine, please. And Rachel's making a solid pitch here. Like, she's like, listen, if you're loyal to me, I'm loyal to you. We have the judges. We're good. Now, is Vince kind of at the bottom of that alliance? Yeah. But this is why. He was too wishy-washy. Far, far too wishy-washy. Because I think it shows both, not even just Catherine and Rachel, but like the people, like their allies, that he clearly has he's not like solidly Rachel, solidly Catherine. He clearly has no real solid ties. And if he's willing to spend this much time flipping back and forth, being like, I want her out. Actually, no, I want Rachel out. Actually, you know what? Actually, maybe we should get Catherine out. Maybe we should get Rachel out. If it was me, and I found that you were like this one combo away from putting me on the block, I'm not trusting you. Even if you didn't, if you're like, but I didn't put you on the block, I put the other person out. I'd be like, yeah, but you almost did. You were this close to putting me up. Why would I feel good with you if you were this close to putting me on the block? You clearly don't have my back, because if you really were loyal to me, you first of all, you wouldn't even be considering me. Or even if you were considering me, it wouldn't be this complicated. You'd be like, you know what, I guess, maybe not right now. Maybe later down. So Vince is trying so hard to play the middle, he is just tanking his position. Nobody trusts him. Everybody can clearly tell he cannot pick a side to save his life. He will continue to try to play the middle. I wouldn't trust him. Why would they? So, all this wishy-washiness, all of these conversations, this flipping, this back and forth. Rachel, Catherine, Rachel. What am I going to do? I don't know. Ultimately, he finally has to make a decision. Safe route, dangerous route. Catherine, Rachel. What do I do? Rachel, Catherine. To nobody's surprise, Vince is scared. He puts up Catherine. Catherine's not shocked. Catherine's like, yeah, I knew it. Also, Mickey came down. Duh. Obviously, she took herself down. I don't think I need to say that. But yeah, Catherine, she's like, yeah, I knew it. Vince just couldn't take the damn shot. And Keanu is so pissed. Like, he's like, I can't believe it. He put up Catherine. He could have easily put up Rylie. Rachel, not Rylie. Well, Rachel Rylie. I think it's, I'm sorry. But yeah, Keanu, pissed. I don't know what Keanu was expecting. Nothing in this house ever goes away. Whatever Keanu wants, it does not happen. He should know by now. Things never go its way. Every single week. So why he's shocked this time, I don't know. Especially with Vince. Like, come on, buddy. You gotta realize. Things aren't always working your way. They never are, but it's fine. Oh boy. But yeah. Keanu, not happy. Kelly is also not happy. She's like, this is the fifth time he's burned me. I'm over it. Like, yeah, obviously he has proven you time and time again that he sucks. He does not have your back. Get rid of him. Move on. Find somebody else. Though she's Kelly. There's nobody else. Nobody's gonna. Only like Keanu. But beyond that, nobody's like, I have to keep Kelly in this game. Kelly is great for my Kelly. I don't even think Kelly is good for Kelly's game at this point, honestly. But yeah, Vince is like pretty much scared. He was like, oh, I wouldn't have the votes for Rachel. If you tried, maybe if you didn't piss everybody in the fucking house off, maybe you would be able to rally votes. Maybe people will be able to trust your word. But you don't have that capital anymore. I'm so sorry, dude. You've burned everybody in this house at least once. So you're standing at the kaput. Your word means nothing to these people anymore, pretty much. Vince. Ay, ay, ay. And of course, the Catherine, Lauren, Kelly, Candace side of the house not happy. Though I just, before we get this one thing I want to add as well, before their little chit chat in the training room, we get a really good scene of Ashley coming in to talk to Catherine in the training room. And Ashley's like, Catherine, ultimately, at the end of the day, you have my vote over Kelly. And Catherine just goes, and Kelly's like on the bottom. And Ashley's like, or just runs out of the room. I love Ashley. She's a trip. Oh my god. It's so funny. Oh, Ashley. Oh my god. But yeah, after that, Keanu comes in after Ashley runs out, and those four are like, he's done it again. He has burned us once again. And I'm like, yeah, obviously. Where have you been these past couple weeks? These past 2 days? And you'd think they would be like, I don't trust Vince. No. Only Catherine is pretty much, I don't trust Vince. The other three, still, to some degree, are like trying to trust Vince. Wanting to trust Vince, or trusting Vince, so on and so forth. Why? I don't know. At this point, Vince is not good for any of you people. Vince doesn't seem to have your backs at all. Even, like, obviously we know. He doesn't have anybody's backs but Morgan. But like, just based off like the information that they have, they should clearly be told he doesn't vote with them. He doesn't tell them his noms. He blindsides them. He says he's gonna do something and he doesn't do it. This is the ally you want? This is the ally you want. Move on. He's trash. Move on. We get some tips with Keanu. We just find Rachel again because he's like, why is Rachel mad at me? I don't care if she's mad at me. Because she knows you want her on the block. I don't even know if I mentioned that Rachel was told by Vince that Keanu was pushing for her to go up on the block, and then Rachel immediately ran to Vince and ran to Keanu. Oh my god, excuse me. Let me just start the sentence over. Rachel was told by Vince that Keanu was pushing her to go on the block. Rachel even goes to Keanu and is like, why are you telling Vince to put me up? Keanu, not happy, is like, Vince, why the hell would you tell Rachel that? Vince, not happy. Rachel almost went on the block because of this. I can't believe I skipped over that. That's crazy of me. Very, very sorry. That was a big thing of why Rachel almost went up as well. Because she ratted Vince out to Keanu almost instantly. But now she's over it. She's finally done with Keanu. And I'm like, thank God, Rachel, because this man was a lost cause. Please move on from this man. So they have an argument in the kitchen because he's like, I don't know why she's mad at me. And she's like, why am I mad at you, motherfucker? You are trying to get me evicted. And he's like, not getting it. He's Keanu. He never gets a thing. But we also get the fucking funniest conversation. The Vince and Keanu conversation in the gym. Oh my god. It literally was so funny. He's pissed. He's like yelling at Vince, like, stop lying to me. Da, da, da. You're doing their work, the work for the other side. You're getting out their targets. You're getting our allies out. Da da da. Vince is like, oh my god, you're right. I'm like the worst person ever. Keanu. He's doing his I'm just a little guy routine. Keanu. Oh my god, I suck. You're right. I'm the worst person ever. He's like this, like in a ball on the floor of the gym. I don't know, but like you're right. I just suck so much, Kiana. I'm just so sorry. I got it. What is wrong with this man? He can't move through his life like this. Like this, I'm hoping to God this is only how he acts in the game. Can you imagine if he acted this in real life? I couldn't even imagine that. That's crazy. It's the funniest conversation ever. They try to make it into like some like motivational speech because Keanu's like giving him some like nonsense like inspirational like quotes he's yelling at him, and it's like yeah like curled up in a ball on the floor of the gym crying. He's like, I'm so stupid, I'm just so weak, and it's like literally how I have like my real life, like I just can't I'm like, grow up. Are you 34 years old? Stand up. Stand up. You're a grown ass man. Stand up with your shit. You're the HOH. You're a grown ass adult. You're 34 years old. Just be like, listen, it wasn't the time. He has to cope with the fact that people are going to be mad at him. If you didn't want people to be mad at you, don't win power. Even then, they'd be mad at you because you won't vote their way. But this conversation is so funny. It's so funny. The way he's every Vince, like his like weird like crash out like temper tantrum like self-deprecating like meltdowns are so weird, but they're hysterical because he's so full of shit. He's just not, it's nonsense through and through. Even after all of this, the crash out, the crying, the curl on the floor, he's trying to like, he doesn't have the egg costume anymore, but he's trying to retreat back into it like he's still wearing it. Keanu is still like, I still want to trust Vince. Keanu, it's time to move on. Move on, buddy, move on, because it ain't working anymore. Vince is not an ally for you. Move on. Ridiculous. Now, we also get another funny combo as well between Lauren and Ash. I almost said Laura. Lauren and Ashley in the train room again. Returning to the scene of the crime. These two talking about the vote with Ava. And like, should we keep? We could vote. Maybe vote out Ava. I'm gonna go. You know, they do this. They run the numbers. They run the votes. Ava, asleep above them. Asleep. Wide awake. Opens her eyes like, has an incredible dining room. When she hears them, like, maybe Lauren's like, I don't know if I would keep Ava over Catherine, honestly. And Lauren has no idea it was there. Ava's in the dining room, like, incredible. And then when Lauren realizes, is Ava in there? Goes back in, sees Ava, crashes out to Vince, mind you, who, I don't know why she's still going to Vince and stuff. Just, like, I think this week, I'm just like, stop going to Vince and stuff. Vince has not proven to you people that he is a good ally. Just move on. Move on. Forget him. He is doing nothing good for you people. Just leave him in the dust. He's not even you can't be like, he's a number for my side, because he's not. He's voting against you and blindsiding you. Just forget him. But yeah. Wrapping that up. Our past clips. Here we go. Blockbuster, baby. This was some shit. What was this? the easiest goddamn thing I've ever seen in my life. It's a ramp. It's like Plinko, like a Plinko puzzle. That's the best way to describe it. It's a ramp with like, you have to get the ball. Oh my god, I forget which way I have to go for my hands to be on camera. It's like the ball has to go like around, down to the little slot at the bottom. Ding, 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 ding. They win, but they have to put pieces in to direct the ball the correct way. That shit was way too easy. I was like, you can't be serious, right? That's far too easy. For Ava versus Kelly versus Catherine. I'm like looking at this, I'm like, that's not that hard. Because there's only like 3 or 4 slots for each one. And there's like 1 or 2 pieces for each like little section. There's like 3 or 4 sections. There's 5 pieces in total they had to do. This is terrible. This is way too easy. And you can tell because I don't even need to say it. I don't even want to say it. Because I'm so sick of saying it. Yeah. Kelly won the fucking blockbuster again. She's like the roach with 9 lives. She won't go away. She's haunting me. I can't. I'm so over this woman. Get her out of my house. But she solved this. It took her 30 seconds and the comp was done. Catherine rolled her ball first, but she had like 1 piece that was like wrong, so like veered to the side. Kelly did this first shot. Ava was right behind her, and Catherine obviously fixed it immediately. Would have got on her second shot if they didn't get on their first shot. 30 seconds. Catherine was already rolling her second shot, like corrected one, by the time Kelly hit the button. So it literally would have been like a 30-40 second comp. Like that's not, like I get they have to be quicker comps because it's the live episode. They can't be sitting there for 20 minutes during competition. This is too easy. Take this out of the rotation. Get this out of there. This was far too easy for a blockbuster. Like it wasn't even like hard. Like Catherine messed it up that one shot, but like even then, like it was just like one loop. She just had to like she had it like in like one slot. She'd go dude, and it was fine, and she would have won. And nobody even gives a shit that Kelly wins. Kelly wins, and they're like, wow. They're like, Kelly won! And they're like, cool. This eviction, by the way, it was just like nothing. Because once, I don't know. Because, like, obviously, anybody who sat against Ava was not going to leave. Women was going to leave. Ava was a lock to stay. It would definitely been more interesting if Ava had won the blockbuster. It would have been, well, I think it would be more of a toss-up between Catherine and Kelly. I think, honestly, I don't remember how the votes were lying at that point. I think Kelly might have gone if she was on the block still. Which, God, would have been nice. Pre-jury? A dream. But no. We do our vote. I don't even need to go into much detail with this. It's just like the most straightforward vote. It's like, nobody's voting out Ava. Let's be real. Literally, we already know. Catherine went home. Bon voyage. She fall right out behind Rylie. She literally, 7-1? Only Lauren voted to keep Catherine. Nobody else did. Just Lauren. So yeah. This week had its highs. It was honestly kind of a nothing week for Vince. Getting out Catherine. I mean, was Catherine coming after him? Yes. But Catherine, was not really a big target. Definitely wasn't his intended target initially. If he really wanted to move, listen, unbiased, he should have put up Rachel. Biased, definitely don't put up Rachel. But yeah, the move for him was definitely Rachel. And he did not take that move. He played safe. He played scared. And he got Catherine out. Which is it's fine. I guess. She definitely wouldn't. I don't think she would have been a vote for him. But, well, depending on who she sat next to, if Vince made it to final 2 and Catherine on the jury, she might. I guess maybe. Yeah, it really depends who she was sitting next to. If she was sitting next to if it was Vince versus Keanu final 2. Oh God. That's so dark. So I don't even want to say that out loud. Probably would vote Vince. She probably wouldn't even vote for Rachel if it was him versus her versus Vince. But ultimately, like, Catherine's a fine move. I think he definitely could have taken a bigger shot here. Like, if he had just picked a side, okay, he could have got Keanu out. Even like Keanu and Kelly would have been bigger moves because at least they're much stronger like competitors. If he had put, I know it's like old news, like Kelly and Keanu were the, if he didn't want to stay with his side, he could just put them two up, and just put Catherine up, and then okay, those are three people you've already pissed off. Two of them are big comp threats. One of them you just blindsided by getting out their showmance. That'd have been fine. His wavering screwed him this week. I really don't think he's long for this game after this week. Nobody would trust him. I wouldn't trust him. If he spent this long debating between our allies who to nominate, no thank you. But yeah, this week was also, it's hard to compare to the Rylie eviction, which we were soaring high with. So this is like the usual Big Brother eviction. It's kind of like a nothing burger. You're like, yeah, okay. Yeah, Catherine. It was like once the nominees are like, oh yeah, Catherine's gone. All right. But yeah, this was the week. Not a lot happening. I've been trying to get through this video a little quicker, so I'm skipping a lot of my notes. I was skimming. So sorry if I didn't really elaborate super well on anything really here. But that was week 7. Vince, HOH, Catherine, Bon Voyage. Our second to last pre-juror. Tomorrow I will do week 8. Our final pre-juror, and then we hit jury this week, finally, with 3 weeks left of the season. This was like the longest pre-jury. I do get BB burnout sometimes, but that's usually just because like we've been watching it for so long. Even at this point, I'm like, I'm a little tired sometimes. But usually we're down to only like 6 people. To be at 10 people at the start of September, I was like, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with this season? This has been going on for far too long. And I'm exhausted. Especially with the people we have left. Kelly and Keanu and Mickey. Vince, I can't. I'm tired. So yeah, that was week 7. Look forward to week 8 coming out tomorrow. I also am going to try ADHD, and we're going to try to get out the Amazing Race 38 cast video. Especially I might be able to do it this weekend because we don't have Big Brother this weekend. Big Brother is not coming back this week until Tuesday because the MTV VMAs are on CBS. Sure. We just be doing whatever. But yeah. So look forward to that. I also am working on editing. If you saw the community post, I'm working on editing a video. It was a K-pop one. Shocker, unboxing. I had most of my order there. I was editing on one thing. It's still not here. So I can't finish that video until I get that last piece. But we're working on it. So yeah, look forward to that. Also coming up in the next couple weeks, probably more towards the middle of September, I would say, would be also the Survivor 49 cast reaction. But yeah, we got a lot of things coming. And Guts and Glory. Guts and Glory will be starting next week as well. I believe the premiere is 2 episodes. It's just 6 episodes, really short, little horror reality competition show by Greg Nicotero, who was the executive producer for The Walking Dead, excuse me, which is my favorite TV show, scripted TV show of all time. I know. I stuck through it. Every season. The spin-offs, I'm locked. So yeah, looking forward to that. Now, I gotta end this here. Comment your thoughts on this week. Like, subscribe. We got 1 minute for the feed to come back to see who was eliminated this week. Bon voyage, y'all. Godspeed. See you tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Bye.